A court says stop, lawmakers say no. Can an impeachment continue? When the judiciary steps in, Rivers State is at the center of a constitutional showdown. Arise News journalist Rufai Oseni questions a legal expert on what the law really says. Watch till the end and share your thoughts in the comment section. Like and subscribe.
This is as the State Assembly insisted on proceeding with the impeachment and had written to Justice Amadi to empanel a 7-member body to oversee the allegations preparatory to impeaching Fubara. However, Governor Simi Fubara has declared that he remains the governor of Rivers State, despite moves by the State House of Assembly to impeach him. Fubara assured that Rivers remains safe despite the political crisis rocking the state. Joining us on this show to discuss the situation in here. Very good. Well, very quickly, let's start with the legal side before we begin to discuss politics. Now, Section 188, Sub 10 of the 1999 Constitution says that, look, the courts cannot inquire into a legislative process. But some others have argued that the legislature is not above the law. It's also governed by the laws of the land.
It states that if someone institutes a matter in court and you're not served, you go to that same court, object to the jurisdiction of that court to even entertain the matter. Now, what we're having, this procedure we're having, will get to the place where it will culminate to a panel being set up. So at this point, our usual ordinary courts are not the courts you run to. You leave it at that panel. The CJ will empanel that 7-man panel who will now investigate that allegations of gross misconduct leveled against the governor and the deputy governor. But at no point did the Constitution contemplate that somebody can wake up one morning and say, I have not been served. You say, it's your own side of a story against the side of a story of the House of Assembly. And that's why you have a panel. That panel, and if you take a look at the qualifications of that panel, you would see that there are people who are objective, members who have character and integrity. Now, at that point, that's the place for you, that's a forum for you to now raise only objection.
Members who have integrity in the Rivers State House of Assembly?
I don't understand. I said the panel set up by the CJ.
Okay, that was
yes, in any case, why would you raise any objection if any member of the House of Assembly has integrity? Okay. Are you by that statement assuming that they don't have integrity?
No, but I'm just asking you. I said what panel? That's what I'm asking.
Okay, because you had raised eyebrows when I said integrity with respect to the House of Assembly.
So that's what I'm asking you. I said what panel? Is it the members' integrity as regards this case? Where I said
integrity with respect. Hold on. No, I'll come to you. Just hold on. Just give me 1 minute. Let me land. I said integrity with respect to the constitution of a panel set up to investigate the allegations.
Okay, so that's an extraneous panel apart from the House.
No, yes, I've just stated here that it's not something that the House alone does.
Very good.
You see, impeachment proceedings is a collaboration between the House of Assembly and the judiciary. That's what I just said.
But I repeat my words. You cannot expect, when they set up a panel, the House members that want to remove the governor, you can't expect them to have integrity in this matter because they're already biased. So that was the point I was trying to make.
On what basis is that bias?
They want to remove him now. Can't you see all of them say they want to remove him?
No, because bias itself is an emotional factor.
No, but we're
dealing on legal factors.
No, it's not a case of legal factors. They want to remove him.
It does not allow that members of that party should be partisan.
But they're partisan.
Yes, I just said that. I said they cannot.
House members being members of the panel. That's
no. The House members, no. The Constitution cannot contemplate that those who
obviously the point I was making.
No, it's not. I said members of the panel set up by the CJ.
Correct now. So that's member of the panel.
To the extent,
because I was talking about the House and the confusion you were making. Let me ask my question.
To the extent
that you don't. Would you let me ask my question?
Beautiful.
Would you let me? I want to talk politics with you. I don't want to talk legal rigmarole. I want to talk politics with you. Please, can you tell me the sense in the push to pass a supplementary budget for a state where, number one, the budget had already been passed because of the state of emergency by the Federal House of Representatives, and the governor came in, gave account, said they still had money to spend till the expiration, and Darlington Orji came here saying that some of the members had already even collected 350 million from the Ibok-Abbas Ete tenure. So tell me the common sense in the need to now pass a supplementary budget after the National House of Rep had already passed the budget. Please tell me the common sense behind that.
Okay. First of all, let me say this, Mr. Rufai. You see, of all the professions in the world, your profession is the only one that the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria placed the responsibility on to hold government accountable. That's Section 22. Not even lawyers, not engineers, not doctors, but journalists. And in doing this, we must try as much as possible to be objective. Now, you had said something about supplementary budget. I don't talk politics, but you had said supplementary budget, and that's a legal issue. I have seen and I've read the notice of impeachment and the grounds served on the governor and the deputy governor. Quite unfortunate, I didn't see anywhere where the House of Assembly mentioned supplementary budget. And you see, as a journalist, we must try as much. I'm not here to educate you. We must try as much as possible because we have a majority.
People come here and give lectures.
But you will give a right of reply.
Dr. Abate, just hold on. See, the reason why I don't want to give you a right of reply because you're going to steal into my time. So let me go straight to the point.
Give you a right of reply.
Let me go straight. Let me go straight into the point. We have a populace of people where you have people driven by emotions and those driven by reason. And so when you have a majority of people that are driven by emotions, the tendency is that whatever thing you churn out, they will just drive with it. And somebody will just come and tell you, oh, they want to impeach the governor. He has not brought 2026 budget. They want to impeach the governor because he has not brought supplementary budget. They want to impeach the governor, because they are loyal to the FCT minister. All of those things are emotional issues. So you cannot talk about impeachment except to look at the grounds. Because Section 188 say you cannot just come up and say you want to impeach a governor because he didn't greet you. You cannot say you want to impeach a governor because he ate garri in the morning while he was supposed to eat maybe rice. The Constitution says you must have grounds. The question we should be asking ourselves: have we seen
Constitution 188 sub-11 says gross misconduct is in the opinion of the lawmakers. So they can say he didn't.
No. But you will now find out in the you will now find out in the grounds. The grounds of particular constituting, hold on, Mr. Rufai. The grounds constituting that gross misconduct is what you will now look at. If they now come up and say, you didn't greet us in the morning, it will be in the grounds. I am saying that in the notice of impeachment served on the governor and the deputy governor, there is nowhere allusion is made with respect to what Mr. Rufai has said with respect to supplementary budget. None is in that place. So what we now have is we have a lot of fabricated stories in the public space that has nothing to do with the reason why the House of Assembly wants to impeach the governor.
Can I reply?
Yes.
So with due respect, you are not a journalist, and I'm going to teach you my job after doing many years in this.
Mr. Rufai, can we go straight to the point?
Let me reply. Please.
No, if you go straight to the point, you're eating my time.
Please.
You're going to eat my time. I didn't educate you. I just answered your question.
Would you let me speak?
I answered your question.
You will let me speak, please.
Mr. Rufai,
all right. So you cannot educate me about my job because this is what I do for a living. And in case you do not know, as a journalist, we amplify all sides, including what might be sentiments to you. Because what might be
fabricated sides?
What might be sentiments to you and fabricated sides to you is a point of view of the other party. This point of view, I talked about the supplementary budget, was a point of view enunciated by the other side.
Is it what you would look at what the House of Assembly has done? I had thought that if you want to question the actions of the House of Assembly, you're going to question it on the basis of that notice of impeachment.
Secondly, you have no right to teach me the kind of questioning. All I just asked you, if you heard me properly, was that in what sense in the world that does it make for a supplementary budget issue after a budget has been passed?
I was thinking that question was contextual. That question was not contextual. It's not in a contest, but we're having.
So in what sense in the world was a supplementary budget needed after a main budget had been passed?
Did the House of Assembly ask for supplementary budget?
That was the question I asked you. And it was a general overarching question based on what was said by Darlington. So what you will have just done, rather than Rigma rolling and try to educate me on my job, because I've also given you the angle that it was Darlington that asked that question and that said that part, was you will have just answered and said, oh, that's it. It's not part of the budget. It's not bone of contention. And that's why I told you I want to talk politics. When you talk politics, context is quite broad. So in case you want to teach us our job, all right? So moving forward, since you said, as we speak, It's not a ground for impeachment and all of that. Then the next question I want to ask you is, what is the substance to this impeachment matter?
Okay.
And what's the logical sense behind it?
Okay. Well, if you talk about the substance and the logical sense about it, if the law has provided for grounds upon which an impeachment can be carried out by the House of Assembly, it may not be logical to you, but so far the grounds.
Go ahead.
So far the grounds are.
Don't waste your own time. Really.
No.
Go ahead. Don't waste your time.
I have said here before that I have seen the grounds of impeachment served on the governor
so you
and
don't
the
know
deputy
the grounds,
governor.
You have to read it out? Okay, you want to read it out?
You don't. I don't want to make it. These are documentary.
Okay,
we have. There are seven grounds.
Okay.
There are seven grounds. Number one, if you take a look at the ground one, is reckless and unconstitutional expenditure of public funds, contrary to section 120, 121, and 122 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. If you take a look at ground two is misappropriation of public funds contrary to the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. If you take a look at ground three, hindering or obstructing the Rivers State House of Assembly, which is another arm of government protected by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended, from performing her constitutional roles. If you take a look at ground four, conniving and supporting the illegal appointment of persons to occupy offices, positions in the Rivers State government without allowing for the requirement of screening and confirmation as prescribed by the Constitution of the Rivers State House of Assembly. I've said 8 grounds. All of these grounds, unfortunately.
Can I also ask you, recalcitrant disobedience to agreement, including those including President Tinubu post-emergency rules, is that also part of the ground?
Where is that ground?
Are these other part of the thing?
They are not part of the grounds. These are not part of the grounds.
Yeah.
This, I just mentioned now.
They are not part of the grounds.
They are not part of the grounds for which the House of Assembly wants to impeach.
So it is only all of these grounds.
I've said 8 grounds. 8 grounds. Unfortunately, I didn't see any political reason for those for the impeachment.
Okay.
So this thing you have now may just be what a lot of people have in the media.